Hello, record keepers! Welcome to this special episode of the Crystal Chronicles, your Final Fantasy Record Keeper podcast. For your naming purposes, this is going to be episode number 22, recorded on Friday, July 22nd, 2016. My name is Pierre. As usual, I am joined by Ben and Mark. Hey guys, how we doing tonight?
We're doing good. Just got my 5 mithril the summer gift. That's out right now, if you guys want to snag that.
I'm also doing well, and is the Radio 1 banner still up? Because I'll spend that mithril right away.
Indeed it is.
It is.
Be up till the afternoon tomorrow.
One last time, one last hurrah. I need all the 3 stars I can get.
So, what are you going after? I thought you had all the
don't-
major things.
I do have all of them except the bow.
Then just go on a different banner, dude. What
Yeah,
are
so
you
you're
doing?
spending just for the bow? I mean, when are you
Yeah,
really
what?
going to use Rosa?
All the time.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I'll do it.
Cool.
All right. Special edition. You know,
Why you-
we saw
Tell us
the-
why we're here, Pierre.
Well, I saw this. I couldn't live without having a special edition with you guys. We gotta talk about it. This is huge. Mithril Bonanza, people. No,
big
but
time.
seriously, that's not it. But while we're at it, we'll just talk about it. So simply log in for 5 days to receive increasing amount of mithril. Log in on the 5th day, gives you a massive 10 mithril. I think
Yes, you
we're
get a
at
total of 20
Yep.
through 5 days, which is awesome.
Well, and we're still getting those mithril summer giveaways too. So,
Yeah, like free
so that's
mithril today.
that's 15 mithril.
And then once every 2 days, you get 2 mithril. So that would be 17. Wait.
Plus, we're getting a mithril every day. Plus, we're getting this bonus mithril. So that's a lot of mithril, people. Enjoy the mithril.
Super
Yeah.
Cop 007 on Twitch says that we should have special edition every other day. I'm not sure. I think we would
Just like a daily news report.
Yeah.
Like, just have a news ticker.
Like, what's happening today in the world of Final Fantasy Record Keeper? Wind daily dungeons, wind orbs. How many wind orbs did you get?
We just every single week recap the and give a review of the daily dungeons.
Like I just say the intro, the date, and then we kick in today's recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we get to the other thing, another announcement that would be considered huge by a lot of people is an upcoming Orb Fest.
Hooray for Orb Fest! Didn't we just have a little segment about, hey, what would happen if we had an Orb Fest? Well, we're gonna find out.
Well, this is the whole point of this special episode. As you listeners know, we record every Wednesday, and last Wednesday we went out a little bit about people going absolutely nuts about the lack of Orb Fest. And what would you know, the next morning, as I was putting the days before episode up, announcements came up, and there's going to be an Orb Fest coming in August.
Our prayers have been answered. They finally heard us.
So, just to recap it, they say we'll be holding an orb dungeon event with vast amount of orb, skill, XP, and upgrade materials on offer. Every type of orb will be available from tiny to major, so don't miss this opportunity to grab the orbs you need. For me, it's all of them.
Yeah, right.
Pretty much.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I try to follow a little bit what happened in Japan, but Japan had during their burst or soul breakout, their BSB banners, their burst soul break banners, I think they had an Orb Fest. And so people thought, well, we should have an Orb Fest. But they had their Dawn of the Big Bridge differently than we did. And, so we generally have gotten the things that Japan has gotten. It's just some of the timing's been a little bit off. So,
yeah, I think it's one of the things that we need to get out of our heads for good is that just because Japan had things, A, B, C, D in that order doesn't mean that copy pasted 6 months later will have everything they had in the same order.
That's kind of a...
And our banners have been different. Our giveaways have been different. So, there are some differences. And so we can say, hey, we think we'll have an Orb Fest, but maybe not, or we think we're going to have this event or that event, or we think we're going to have a Overflow Soul Break banner celebration. I will say I got a thing. I just did a basics episode today, and I got a message from somebody saying, "Oh, I'm looking forward to the Burst Soul Break banners with the Orb Fest."
What?
I'm pretty sure we're not getting additional banners during the Orb Fest, so
Yeah,
I don't know where
sorry.
that rumor's coming around, or if people think, oh, we're going to get the banners again.
I strongly doubt it.
I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, certainly the announcement didn't say anything about it, and that doesn't mean anything. But unless they were talking about the Dissidia banners, which we can talk about in a minute, but
Of course.
which are kind of they're collaborative banners, so a little different.
Yeah, mixed between realms.
They are not Burst Soulbreak banners at all.
Well, since you broke the topic, we'll just get right on that. So one of the things we've been saying a lot, and I know I'm guilty of whining a little bit about it, is that we don't get any of the cool collaboration events that Japan get. And guess what? It was finally announced. The CDI event Chaos and Cosmos is coming mid-August in Global Final Fantasy Record Keeper. A war rages between the factions of Chaos and Cosmos, with heroes and villains from across the Final Fantasy realms entering the fray. There will be 2 Dissidia events, one for the Chaos faction, one for the Cosmos faction, with a host of rewards to earn and bosses to vanquish. There may even be a few familiar faces stepping forward to confront you.
Nice.
So now
So,
that
yeah,
this is
you've
out,
ever,
what is your impression, guys? How excited are we?
well, I mean, I like
Yeah, go ahead.
the Dissidia games. It's really it's the same kind of fanfare of all your favorite Final Fantasy heroes and villains going at it in a spectacle fighter. It's cool to see the same sentiment brought to Final Fantasy Record Keeper, where normally you have heroes from all the realms defeating villains in their realms. Now you've got the mix on both sides, so that's really fun to see.
Ben,
And
maybe we take a step backward for those listening that might not have played Dissidia. I know that when we were talking a little earlier today, you had maybe a little more experience about what it was. Can you tell us a little more about what Final Fantasy Dissidia was?
I mean, I said it's like a spectacle fighter. It's not on the same technical scale as Street Fighter or Tekken, but
It
it's
was
a cool
PSP game, right?
Yeah, it's PSP game.
Like 2008, 2009, the original one.
Yeah, they had 2 versions. Obviously, the second version had more characters, and yeah, it was just it was a fun title.
And did I read it had like some RPG elements? Now, did it?
Yeah,
Could you
yeah,
level
kind of.
or?
Well, there was the main story that you kind of leveled up and got new, you had passive abilities that would activate in battle that took the form of summons. So you get new summons through the story mode. But then it also had online play, but it was never a serious competitive, bring it to the Evo stage kind of game. People recognized it as a fun, again, spectacle fighter, kind of like the Naruto fighting games. That it's just a fun fanfare, but it was fun,
Can I take another step back? Because we were talking about. So let's talk about this, and then let's bring it back 16 different ways. We were talking about all these events we didn't get.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the list of events, all of the events we've ever had. I'm not really sure that we've really missed any of events. Now, there was an early Final Fantasy VII challenge event called Struggle with Shinra in Japan, so we didn't get that. Then there are 5 events in Japan that are called collection events. Now, I think we had a collection event.
Yeah, I remember it.
You remember how awful the collection events were? You had to collect,
I
basically kind of
they never do it again.
Yeah, they were. This was before the Fat Chocobo shop, but it was kind of similar.
Wait,
You
that
would
was the
have
Vanille
to-
event?
Well, I don't remember exactly what the
Era?
event was. The first collection event for us was Countdown to Destruction with Aerith.
Oh,
It
Yeah.
was and so you had to collect various different things. It may have been what for Final Fantasy
It was like
Seven.
Materia.
Yeah, like materia. So you had to collect materia, and then you could exchange the materia for various items, various orbs, maybe even characters at that point in the game. So those were awful, and the interface for the collection events were terrible.
It
Like
was
if you wanted to get, 3 orbs, you had to do it all individually. It was just a mess. And so this is in global. We had a Final Fantasy VII collection event, Final Fantasy V collection event, and that may have been it here in global. Now, all these events that people are talking about that we haven't gotten, that Japan got, they're collection events.
So
The
they've
Evil of
spared us.
Martius.
Nice.
Yeah, the evil of Martius collection event. And I have no idea what realm this is. The Fabled Melodies collection event. Labyrinth of Words, that's Furion and Leon. Fabled Melodies is Final Fantasy 4 or 6, Edward and Mog, or 4, I don't know. There's no Mog in 4 yet. Labyrinth of Words, Furion and Leon collection event. Memoria of the Warriors of Light, that's Lunith Arc, Ignis collection event. Hold on. Door of Mana. Now, is that Secret of Mana?
Yes,
that is Secret
Okay.
of Mana. Yep.
Collection event.
Oh.
Collection event. So, and so then going Kingdom of Sword and Sorcery, and that's Lena, Galoff, Bartz, Ferris, and Krill. Collection event. So every event we've missed has been a collection event. The Light of Cycle of Rebirth, the Warrior of Light, Garland, Sarah, Wool, and Echo. Remember, we didn't get that event? And everybody was saying, oh, maybe we're going to get Warrior of Light, Garland, Sarah, all those Final Fantasy 1 characters. That was a collection event. So I'm guessing they didn't have a good way to, unless I'm completely wrong, I'm on Enlir's, Enlir, his database, a Japanese player who also plays global. And he's generally right on. So if he's wrong, then I'm giving him credit, but also giving him the blame here if he's completely off. He has each type of event as they hit, nightmare event, challenge event, promotion, dungeon update, etc. He has them all moat dungeon, all listed, and all of the ones that we missed were collection events. So I'm just guessing First of all, they were awful, right? They were the most annoying events we've ever had in this game, and if you missed them, you thank the RNG assist that you did because they were awful. And so I'm guessing that either the response was really bad for them or the interface was so bad that they just skipped them. Being said, then we've not missed anything. I mean, those are the only events we've missed besides some promotions, and we've had different promotions.
Okay, but now one thing I know when I go back at the news post I did. They introduced in global all the sprites for the Final Fantasy 1 characters 1 or 2 updates ago. So let me check real quick. So I figured that's going to be coming soon. The other thing, the first collection event.
They might be reworking it so it's not a collection event.
Well, that's the other thing. The first collection event I did as a player, because I wasn't playing since day 1. The first collection event I did was the Vanille event, and I loved it, and I felt, kind of bad. I wish they would have done more of that, so I'm kind of surprised to see that I'm the only one in the group.
Are you sure that wasn't a collection event?
I am fairly certain that the Vanille event was a collection event. Let me check real quick.
Because I don't. The only collection events he has on his list that we got were the Aerith, and I remember that one, and the Lena, and I remember that. The 5 and
event
and
objective:
7.
Collect memory stones tokens as you challenge the 4 different stages in the event. And then you had rewards, and you could exchange them. For example, to get Vanille, you had to exchange 6,000 tokens from the event.
Sure. What was the event called? The Paul Spell C? Oh no, that was a survival. That's a survival event.
Yes,
That's different.
right.
That's different than
Another
a collection of.
format that was discarded.
Yeah, yeah. No, that was a different type of event. The survival, the Magitech Factory one with Celeste, and then the Paul Spell C one with Vanille. Those are survival events.
Oh, all
different
right.
mechanic.
So I thought I missed. Then I
Yeah,
guess I
no,
missed collection events
those
altogether.
Those are the only two survival. So we had two survival events and two collection events, and then since then it's really just been challenge events, promotional events, nightmare dungeons for us, and dungeon updates for us. So and now moat dungeons coming up. Yeah, and to clarify, we didn't really know. I learned a little bit more about talking to people about moat dungeons. So the moat dungeons are going to be in the event banner. So when you click on events, you're going to see the moat dungeon in that. And then you're going to be able to click on the moat dungeon, and it's going to show you all of the banners that for moats that have come up. So right now it will just be one dungeon, but eventually it will be like a whole stream of dungeons.
Like the nightmare dungeons.
Yeah, except it's not going to be. It doesn't have its own place. So instead of it being, there's not going to be a fourth little world that you can go to called moat.
It'll be inside.
It's just going to be an event dungeon, and it will be a whole different banner. So they just had a moat dungeon open in Japan today, and so I got some of the Japanese players to send me some screenshots, and thank you guys for doing that. I forget who did that for me, but thank you for that here. So I'll look here and see who did that. But yeah, so it's going to be a little bit. I think it was Pesmerga, whose real name is something. Austin, yes. Austin, thank you, Austin, for sharing those from Japan for us so that we know. And so they're going to be open, 10 days, a couple weeks, and every time you get a new moat dungeon, then all the other ones open up. So if you can't beat, Moat of Freet with your Sid team this time, then you can wait till Chain Blizzaga or Chain Blizzaga and then come back the next month and knock him down. So, but I thought that was really interesting, just looking back at all the events and realizing, we've missed some events, but they were all these collection events.
They were all bad events.
Which we don't have anymore. So, yeah.
So you're saying we didn't miss anything?
Well,
we technically did, but
we did. But
a while.
But the only one that introduced new characters was the Final Fantasy 1 event, which you said, the sprites are still there, so we could be seeing a Final Fantasy 1.
We're going to get Garland in the Dissidia event, aren't we?
No, Golbez and Kefka get memory crystals. I don't think we... Oh, no, do we? Yeah, we do get Garland. Well, we'll talk about that, but...
yeah, we'll talk about that when we get there. But keep that on your radar, folks.
So, yeah, and I may be completely wrong because I didn't play Japan, but just looking at some of the work that has been laid down, and like I said, Endler's database is pretty well thought of, so I assume it's mostly correct. So, yeah, I'm not sure we really missed anything now that we know we're getting the Dissidia events, and look forward to it.
So, now that we took a little tango back, notch or two, let's say we move back to what's in store for the Dissidia event. Now, they say they're going to do two different events, one for Cosmos and one for Chaos.
Right, guys.
So, basically, the way it's going to work, if I understood correctly, when it's for Cosmos, basically, your bad guys are going to get... what's the name? It's kind of like in Nightmare Dungeons. They're gonna get help me out there.
What?
Oh, do they get bonuses?
Yeah, they get bonuses.
No.
Oh, okay.
That I do not know.
Yep.
I did not see anything like that.
Basically, what happens? Let me search real quick. Okay, so that's from one of the Reddit thread that we'll have in the show notes. I'm just going to read it out. It says, for this event, those characters on Cosmos size side get RS-like bonuses, and then it's the same thing for the Chaos side. So basically, the bad guys, probably like on top of my head, Golbez, Idia, who else we have? X-Death.
Wait, no. I almost said Cloud of Darkness, but she's not in it yet.
Cloud of Darkness. When are we going to get Cloud of Darkness?
Does Japan even have?
Oh man. Now I'm really upset that we don't have Cloud of Darkness.
All right.
Only if you could pair her and Laguna up, so Laguna can get leg cramps.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
All right, so I guess Gilgamesh would be in there. Kefka would be in there.
Sephiroth, probably.
Sephiroth, Reno, probably.
I mean, it might be only the playable characters that were in Dissidia, so then it wouldn't be Reno.
Oh, yeah, maybe. But
Right.
anyway, he's still kind of a bad guy. So I guess Beatrix, Kuja will be in there, that's for sure.
Well, the bosses you fight. So I'm going to mess this up. The Chaos side are the bad guys. The Cosmos side are the good guys, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So this appears to me, and I tried to find some video about it, and I watched a couple playthroughs of this in Japan from months ago. It kind of reminds me of the Big Bridge event in that you just basically fight boss battle after boss battle.
It's just bosses.
Yeah. So the Chaos bosses are Garland, Kefka, Judge Gabranth, Golbez, X-Death, Kuja, Sephiroth, Braska's Final Ion, and Eva Warrior and Majin, which is Garland and Golbez. So,
yeah.
Now, we don't have Judge Gabranth, but we're going to get him real quick, and we don't have Garland, right? Do we?
No, we don't.
So,
but his sprite is in there. It's for sure we'll get him.
In Japan, they had the Final Fantasy I event before the Dissidia event. So we haven't had the Final Fantasy I event. I don't know if we're going to get that before the Dissidia event and so have Garland, or if they're going to introduce Garland, because they did not introduce Garland in the Dissidia event in Japan.
Well,
so,
on the Chaos side, according to what happened in the Japan event, Stage 1 is Garland. So maybe one of the prizes of beating him will be him himself.
Yeah. That would make sense. That'd be nice.
So maybe Chaos side comes first, and then Cosmos side will come afterwards. So you'll have Garland on your team just in time for the other side.
I was just looking to see if there was a guess of maybe we're going to have. Yeah, it doesn't look like. So the information we have right now,
it doesn't specify which side comes first.
No, right. But just looking at upcoming dungeons, we have a Final Fantasy V event, a Final Fantasy IX event, a Final Fantasy 12 event.
Yes.
Into the middle of August. So, so that Final Fantasy I event hasn't been announced. So it will be interesting to see if we get Garland. Because in Japan, there were relics for Garland on the banner. So, we can maybe talk about those in a little bit. So, that's the Chaos. Yeah, that's the Chaos side. And the other side, on the Cosmos side, this will be new for us, right? Except for Kane. We're actually going to be fighting the good guys. We're actually going to be fighting main characters in dungeons. And we've never really done that before.
Hopefully
right?
Hopefully they don't have shout, like we do.
Right. Well, we only have to fight them one at a time. So Warrior of Light, Squall, Terra, Zidane, Cloud, Titus, Lightning, Bart is the ultimate, and then Ultimate Plus is Terra and Cloud. Fancy.
All right.
So
that's what you can look to have in store for you. We'll definitely give specifics on those battles as they're released. As of now, we don't have any information aside from their name.
Even trying to data mine anything out of that didn't really give any good result. However, when I look at the events that are on the server right now, if I go back real quick to one of my previous posts, The last event they have up was Challenge Even 69, which is the next one, the Princess and the Pirate. Final Fantasy V event that introduces MC2 for Kryl, Ferris, and Xstat. And then after that, all the data that's on the server is Japanese banners. So my guess is that after the next event, they'll push, or maybe even in the next few days, they'll push new content on the server. And obviously, as soon as they do that, I'll have everything that I can data mine on ffrkcentral.com, and we'll be able to discuss probably a lot more on what's going to be coming and when. So
yeah, and I'm just sharing what it looked like in Japan from a couple posts here. So Zurai 001 and can't you put like normal names? Skull no Shinpu. So thank you, both of you. Yeah. Skull, Skul, Scald no Shinpu is how it phonetically sounds there. So thank you, gentlemen or ladies, for your posts from Japan. Those were when the Japan event came out 4 months ago. They both had some things. So, and they do share the relics. Do you guys see that? I'm not sure. So it looks like there's going to be two banners for each of these events.
Yeah.
On the Chaos side, it looks like Ragnarok for Bart's, and this is what Japan got.
This is the Japan. So they're subject to change.
Shototo's, yes, and probably will change, right? Shentoto's Jupiter Staff, Warrior of Lights, Braveheart with his Super Soul Break. Have we had that before? That's kind of cool. Radiant Sword, 8-hit AoE, 8-hit AoE, physical damage. Just let that sink in. 8-hit area of effect attack. Most of them are 4. Even burst. 8-hit AoE physical damage and blink on the party. Physical blink on the party. Cloud, Clim Hazard, Titus, Haste Form. Yep. Yushotola Medikara. Yeah, that's her Medica 2. Lust Dagger from Lunith. Furion's Masamune. Omnirod from Yushotola. Light Helmet from Warrior of Light. Van's regular Soul Break, Zidane's Explorer. So those are, that's what they had. Not particularly exciting. Then on the other hand, you get Garland's Burst. Garland's Burst. Well, we don't even have Garland. A 6-hit single target dark elemental physical attack, self-imbued dark inner burst mode. Deathclaw single target dark elemental physical attack and heal self, and Dark Tsunami 2-hit AoE dark elemental physical attack. Wow, that's cool. That's awesome. X-Death's Armor, Kuja's Punisher, Golbez's Ruin Axe, Jet's Bandana. That's a really good banner, Kefka's Cape, if we get that. Golbez's Gauntlet in the second one, Fallen Angel's Flute, Sephiroth's Black Materia, Garland's Dark Armor, Sin's Talon, Witch's Crown.
You still want to pull on the Final Fantasy IV banners, or do you suddenly want to keep your Mithril?
Yes. No, I don't want to keep my Mithril.
I'm saving it for the city event. Even if those banners change, I'm excited to see what they'll bring.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Garland, I'm excited about Garland, so.
I'll definitely give you the full review when they're released.
No doubt.
So that kind of conclude what we wanted to talk about. However, let's just take this opportunity to bridge out a little bit, and anything special you guys want to say about Comic-Con that's going on right now?
Well, right now I'm watching the Sonic 25th anniversary party, and it's just a guy in a Sonic costume dancing while there's like a DJ booth.
What?
Not much has happened. It's really, really funny.
Shoot me the link. I want to see that.
They didn't even.
Okay. It's twitch.tv. I'm gonna put it in the Twitch chat.
It's not even an employee. It's just some random guy dressed as Sonic.
This is like doing doing the dance, dude. I'm sorry, I'm not as committed to that. I'll watch Sonic Dance. I'm gonna
This
do a
is-
5-minute roll
All
on.
right, for people
Renault
listening,
banner.
just one sec. For people listening, I'm gonna put some of the music so that you can listen. Like I said, it's techno music, and try to
I'm not
imagine that there's a guy in a Sonic suit just horribly dancing, like totally white guy dancing.
Yes, bring it around town, Sonic.
It's terrible. All right, let me pull
Way
down that
past-
music. There we go.
All right,
That's hilarious.
yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, Comic-Con's gonna be cool. There have been quote-unquote leaked pictures behind the Marvel gaming panel that they're gonna release like some kind of Marvel versus Capcom game, but I'm not fooled.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let these fake leaks shut me down. So I
Wait
saw
for the
nothing.
confirmation. Yes.
Exactly.
So, how much do you think this guy in the Sonic suit gets paid to do that?
I'm guessing he's
More
just
than
there.
me.
He's not even getting paid. He's just
It doesn't even
ready.
the DJs care at all, and then there's just like the guy in the back.
He's just
Imagine
ready.
being there.
But
and
look
being
at
like,
that.
Man, I wonder if
Behind
they're
him,
finally gonna announce like a good Sonic game, and then it's just this.
just look at him. Behind him, there's someone with his hand on his hips, just like boom.
No, it's probably just like a con staff member.
Just security waiting to take Sonic off the stage.
Dude, if it's anybody charges the stage to stop Sonic's dance moves, they gotta protect him, you know. This is so... I'm sure they'll announce something. This is supposed to be like a 4-hour event.
So he's gonna be dancing for 4 hours.
Dude, just imagine if you were in that costume for 4 hours trying
yeah.
to dance.
Just terrible. So I found the one human being that I probably dance better than.
Oh yeah. Is,
All right.
is this like a new Chow Garden game in the background? What is going on? It's advertising hyper potions, which I can only assume are for Final Fantasy.
Well, they're potions and they're hypers.
Yeah.
So.
There are mega potions and high potions, but not hyper potions.
Someone on
hyper
Twitch
potions.
just posted, made me realize that Sonic can't move his feet. So I'm guessing they totally nailed the feet to the
That's
floor, and he just
true.
can't go anywhere.
No,
You're not going anywhere, Hedgehog. He's actually trying to escape.
Yeah, he's just
I'm gonna
stuck.
escape his inner torment. Look at him,
He's calling for help, and everybody thinks he's dancing.
dancing to hide the crushing pain of your very existence.
Well, over at the Square Enix experience, apparently,
too?
yeah, the Square Enix experience at Comic Con.
It's Enix. Square Enix. Enix.
Yeah,
There you
okay. Apparently, Laura Croft got beat up and decided to play some video games. So she's over there. I see.
Hey, look! There's somebody taking Sonic off the stage.
Oh, they're escorting him off? No!
Yeah. It's like, okay, man, I
Hashtag-
think that's enough. You did
Like
enough.
that.
Just go out.
You
It's so
can't.
sad. All right,
I don't think that was staged. I don't think it was someone that was paid. That it's just weird.
No, that's definitely like a costume that is like sat in a warehouse at Sonic of America. They just decided to bust it out while displaying this tech demo, I guess, of just chows. Whatever.
So did you pull a 5-star, Ben?
No, I got a 3-star.
Oh, I thought you said you
I
pulled a
murmured
5.
to myself, cut the podcast, but I
Oh,
guess
I'm
here
sorry.
we are.
Were we pulling?
Yeah, we were.
I just pulled
yeah.
one.
All right.
So-
I did a 5-star and got Edward's harp, so I have
Again?
I have a 7-star Edward's harp.
So you got it 3 times.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, let me do a quick poll then, and then we'll.
And then I
call
guess
it.
we can.
I
let you
have
guys
several. I have several Final Fantasy IV 7-star items at this
go.
point.
Sonic,
How
dude.
many?
He just wants to dance.
Well, I have Kane's Super Soul Brink Lance 7 Edward's harp, 7-star, and I have Paladin Cecil Super Soul Break Sword 7-star.
All right, so I'm gonna do on that banner a 3-item poll, and that'll be it for today.
Set us free, Pierre.
Yeah.
So
What do we
it's a
got?
poll.
7-star Edward's Harp is actually pretty
No 5-star.
Ah,
So
Listen-
3-star
listen.
mace, another mace, and kind of cool looking 4-star sword. No
is it-
dot key.
What realm is it?
10.
Oh, the warrior blade.
So
Alright.
I'll do one
Saber.
last 1-item pull. Oh no, my inventory's full. So yeah.
Listen to the stats on this 7-star harp.
Yeah.
130 attack, non-synergy.
Jesus. That's
So
pretty
that's
good.
just normal, regular, every realm.
And that's
80
back row okay, right?
Yep, it's ranged and small chance to sleep. 80 magic, 45 mind. Someone's literally texting me and asking me if the Final Fantasy 8 banner is worth drawing on. So,
Such an authority.
I get texts, emails. The mayor's calling. Should I pull on Final Fantasy 8?
Mark, we
Listen
need
to our
your
pod-
help.
Listen to our podcast and find out.
Yeah. Only one way to find out, dude.
All right, so that kind of conclude our weird special episode about the DCDI events coming and the Sonic weird dancing guy. As usual, if you want to reach out to us, you can do it by email at ffrkcentral@gmail.com. You can also join us on the Slack chat. That's ffrkcentral.com/ffrkchat.
Oh.
My name's Pierre. I can be reached out on Twitter at ffrkcentral. You can reach out to Ben at
eTank88 on Twitter, and I just realized Hyper Potions is the name of like the DJ group that is going.
Oh, there we go.
That's what that is.
Oh, yeah.
And Mark, we can reach you out at
Yes, at Rev Mark Myers on Twitter, at RevHP on Slack chat. You can YouTube FFRK Basics. I just shot up episode 23 of FFRK Basics about record spheres, so check that out. I got an interesting interesting 5-star item on that one. Yeah, and apparently you can text me at I'm not giving out my phone number, but people are texting me, so if you have it, feel free to text me. But yeah, feel free to catch me on any of those things.
So thank you for listening to us, and we'll be back on the same usual schedule. So see you next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern on the Twitch or on your phone whenever you download our next podcast. Thank you and have fun.